Hey, what's going on, guys? Fellow YouTubers. So I wanted to give you an update on my court case the other day. I went to court. When I stood up, I declared myself to want to be my own attorney, per se, or I said per se. They told me that I had to be pro per. So I fill out their paperwork. I do all that stuff, and basically the judge denies my ability to represent myself. So he appoints a public defender to me against my wishes, and then, which is a violation of my rights as far as I'm concerned. Also, he doesn't have the right to do that unless we are in trial, because that's what it says. I don't know, I looked it up. And I feel that it's a conflict of interest because the court pays that public defender. So why should I have to have somebody whose interest is in the court, and not in my best interest? So, I plan on filing a demurrer and also PC 991, which is a motion for dismissal of a misdemeanor charge. Because from what I've came to find out, for one, the officer that pulled me over is not the officer that signed the ticket. Therefore, there's no witness to a crime that I supposedly committed. And I tried to tell them that I travel under common law. I refuse to participate in any monopoly or Ponzi scheme that the DMV may want me to think I am required to, or that I'm obligated to do. And I have the right to travel, and it's my unalienable right. I also asked the judge if he swore an oath to the Constitution, and at that point, he told me if I wanted to be a smartass that he was going to hold me in contempt of court. So I shut up at that point. And the district attorney proceeds to enter a non-guilty plea. I told her I was not giving up any of my fundamental rights. I want a speedy trial. I want everything else that goes along with that. And according to the law, and as I said, I told them that I wanted to exercise my right, my unalienable right to travel, and that right is so elementary, it does not even need to be mentioned, as said in Shapiro versus Thompson. Also, Shuttleberg versus Wisconsin also says that if a statute violates the Constitution, that statute or code is trumped by the Constitution. Therefore, it's null and void, and I can freely ignore it without consequences. And also, the Constitution says that if I can prove that I was acting to what I believe to be legal and completely under the Constitution, under my constitutional rights, there can't be any evidence of willfulness of a crime. Therefore, there's no way that I can be proven guilty of a crime, and that's Murdoch versus somebody, I can't remember. And according to Boyer versus the United States, the standards of the Constitution, the standards of the Constitution has to be construed to the defendant's favor, and as long as the defendant believes he's operating under the constitutional rights, he cannot be convicted because willfulness to violate is not present. Also, Boyd versus the United States protects against encroachment of constitutional liberties. And Miranda versus Arizona, if an officer does not read you your rights the second that they contact you, your rights have been violated, therefore ticket is void. Also, Murdoch versus Pennsylvania can't require a license or anything that is the constitutional law, that if it does not, or if it violates the constitutional law and it does not, it's no good. The law's no good. So that's what I plan to do next. I'm going to try to see what happens, you know. I got court again coming up in a couple weeks because I refused to waive my right to a speedy trial. So they have 30 days to set the trial. My trial's set for March 2nd. But I don't believe that they're going to take it to trial. Especially when I submit all my evidence, my affidavit for my right of travel, and everything. I'm going to give it all to the public defender. And I'm going to tell her, look, it's your obligation to file these motions for me because you are my appointed attorney unwillingly. And therefore, if you do not file this, ignorance of the law is no excuse. And you, as well as the judge, the district attorney, and the Fresno County Police Department will be charged, and I will file a civil suit against you guys. So we'll see how it goes. I'll keep you guys updated.